Guys, if you're looking for the absolute lowest EMF far infrared sauna on the market in the world, and I've been in a lot of saunas. You can look at all my sauna reviews. I think I've been in 12 or 13 brands now. I've been in 14 or 15 saunas total my entire life. I've tested, everything from clear light to sunlight and to Therasana to you name it. I've probably been in it. There's only a handful of saunas that I have never been in. They're either European or they're not readily available or they're just very obscure or small companies. J&H Lifestyles, Dynamic, the Costco saunas, the Amazon saunas, all of them. Go see all my reviews. This sauna that I'm sitting in right now is by far the lowest of the ultra low EMF saunas. I am so excited to be able to share this with you. This is what I have been looking for. I think this is what everyone wants. A sauna that's easy to put together. This was the easiest sauna that I've ever put together. And I'm not just saying that. This company didn't say that or didn't pay me to say that. They didn't sponsor this video. They didn't give me this sauna. I had to pay for this sauna. I did get a discount on this particular model, but it was still thousands of dollars. So it's not like there's any pay-to-play bullshit or anything like that going on here. I genuinely like this sauna. I think it's one of the best saunas that you can buy, period. It's got the lowest, I'm going to show you actually. It's got the lowest body voltage. Let me turn it on. It's not on today. It's got the lowest body, we'll let it heat up for just a second. The lowest body voltage of any sauna that I've ever seen on the market. It has almost no electric fields. It has almost no magnetic fields. There is no RF radiation. There's no Bluetooth in the ceiling and there's no Wi-Fi modules. So there's no RF radiation. I took this panel off. I'll try to put a picture, overlaid on the video right now. I took the panel off to see if it was truly foil lined on the back. So you've got these giant heaters that are foil lined on the back, which sort of provides, RF protection. There's no RF emissions, so you kind of have like a little sanctuary in here, at least on the three sides. There's a great little window for people that don't like being in small spaces. The entire glass door, floor to ceiling, is clear glass. I mean, you can look in and see out. It has a fantastic handle. It's just amazing. The build quality is top notch. It literally, there's so many things, like nitpicky things after you've been in a bunch of saunas that you're kind of like, and then if it's a bear to put together when you get it, that kind of rubs you the wrong way. And then if the price isn't too right, that kind of rubs you the wrong way. But the ultimate thing is, does it take forever to heat up? This sauna only took about 30 minutes to heat up into the 130s, which is amazing. Everyone starts sweating usually in the 130s Fahrenheit. The control panel is selectable from Celsius to Fahrenheit, which is a godsend. A lot of people in the past have complained about that. The lights can be turned off independently, inside and outside lighting. You can also turn the lights on, like if you forget something and your sauna session is over and the sauna is not heated up, you can still turn the light on from the main control panel and put your towels in here or get your stuff. Or it also has a delayed start feature. It takes a time or two to get used to setting it, but delayed start is what everyone has wanted. And everyone was complaining because the only saunas that have delayed start were the fancy LCD control panels with the Wi-Fi module in the ceiling. So then you're introducing RF radiation into the sauna and it's connected to the internet and all that stuff. And that was the only way that you could get the smartphone controller to set the delayed start. Not with this. No RF radiation, no Bluetooth, not connected to the internet, delayed start right on the control panel. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This sauna checks a lot of boxes. This is what almost everyone is looking for. Also has the ceramic tiles in the floor. So your feet sit on the ceramic tiles instead of wood. So if you don't put towels down, you don't have to worry about sweat seeping into the wood or anything like that. That was a huge thing. People used to call me up and say, hey, how do you clean the floor heaters? What happens if sweat drips on them? Blah, blah, blah. You don't have to deal with that anymore. It's just nice to not even have to worry about it. It's just taken care of in the design of the sauna. You do have frontal infrared. There is a front infrared heater here. It's not as big as some of the other ones, but it's pretty decent size. And you get a damn good sweat in this sauna. It works very well. There's also another cool feature that has its own button on the control panel, and that is the heated bench feature. And so there's actually heat, like if you go to a really fancy hotel and they have the heated towel bar before you get in the shower and the towels are all nice and warm and cozy, when you come out and you're just like, you melt into them. That's exactly like this. So when your sauna is preheating and you put a towel down on the bench before you come in here, you put the bench heater on and it heats the towel and you sit down and it's it's a really nice feature. I don't know of any saunas that have this plus a button to turn it off and on if you don't like that or you don't want to use it. It's got a cool little cup holder. There's also a towel holder, which is really nice. Man, I can't think of anything else. I mean, this is a 2-person sauna. I think it's under $5,000. It's like $4,000 or something like that. There's a link in the YouTube description. There's also a coupon code in the YouTube description. I think it's Matt-Justice-500. That'll get you $500 off and any free goodies if they're having a sale or a promo or anything like that. They do track referrals, so please tell them that I sent you if my work has helped you or saved you any time or anything like that. The other thing is, I want to show you the EMF levels. I want to show you how low the body voltage is in this sauna. I mean, it is ridiculously low, like almost unheard of low. It's just incredible. I'm blown away, completely blown away. This is all anybody could ask for. There's hardly any electric fields in here. There's like 3 volts per meter. It doesn't even register on all the meters. I mean, we have everything to double check it. We've got a tri-field TF2. We've got the gigahertz solutions. We've got the other magnetic field meters. I've got the standard array that I use. I mean, this meter has been completely checked for RF radiation, electric fields, magnetic fields. I mean, we can turn all these on and they hardly do anything. It's just great. This is what everyone has been looking for. No RF radiation, which is hard to come by. There are some ambient magnetic fields in the room. There's also some dirty electricity and electric fields outside of the sauna from the camera lights, but they're not affecting or impacting anything in here. Again, very, 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 let me see if I can zoom this in really quick. I guess it's zoomed all the way in. This is set to electric. Now, almost every carbon panel sauna on the market will have some electric fields, and we have 3 volts per meter. Normally, this is 800, 900, 1,000 volts per meter, 1,200 on some European models or, different brands of sauna. This is unreal. And it's not unique to that meter. I mean, we can test it with every meter that I've got. We get the same thing. 4 volts per meter, 5 volts per meter. This is usually 600, 800, 1,000, 1,200. I don't think you guys understand how low this really is. This is like the lowest of the low of the low. And if you guys know, I'm a stickler for a triple axis Gauss meter, which measures magnetic fields on an XYZ axis and then automatically calculates an average. I mean, we've got an average of 0.8 in here. It's showing 0.6 right now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but extremely, extremely low. There's a couple of hot spots where it's like 1.5 or something. When I shove the meter through the grate up against the heater, you come out a couple of inches and it dissipates. Incredible, incredible. This is the lowest of the low EMF far infrared saunas on the market. This sauna is this is the lowest EMF far infrared sauna in the world, or ever made, that I've ever seen, that I've ever been in, that anyone's ever told me about, period. This is, if you're electrosensitive, or if you have EHS, or if you have chemical sensitivities, there's been a complete VOC report done for this sauna. I didn't bother, checking to see if it was third-party verified for the EMF testing. I just did that. So I know for a fact it's not like other companies where they take one of the heaters out of the sauna, they send it to a lab in another state, they get it verified for EMF levels, and then, let me turn the heat off because I'll be sweating like crazy here in a second. I don't know if you guys can see that, but my forehead's sweating like mad. I don't know how many minutes, I just turned it off. I guess 8-9 minutes. Anyway, it's not one of those companies where they take a heater out of the sauna, send it to a lab in another state, take measurements, and then put it back in the sauna, and then the marketing team hands you this fancy little third-party EMF report that supposedly, verifies that the sauna is indeed low EMF. However, they're not taking account for the 8 other heaters that are in their sauna, or the electric fields from the wiring in the walls, or the magnetic fields, from the lights in the ceiling, or the control panel, or the power supply, or the supply cord, or the heaters, the heaters themselves. Not to mention, hardly any sauna company on the planet is going to show you body voltage levels. Nobody's going to show you this stuff. And this is what really matters. Like if you have a child that is trying to recover from doing like the autism detox, or if you have a family member that's fighting cancer, or if you're electro-hypersensitive, or you've had mercury fillings in your mouth like I did and had them removed and you're trying to detox from heavy metals, or maybe you have high aluminum levels like I did. My aluminum levels on my hair test analysis, or my hair analysis test, was actually higher than the mercury. And I had mercury fillings for 22 years. Now, thankfully, just a week ago, from about 6 to 8 months of sauna use, doing some ionic foot baths, doing some really smart chelation, not synthetic chelation, but taking binders and some natural supplements combined with saunas, I am now metal free. So I'm really excited about that. I have to attribute a lot of that success to having a sauna in my house, because I originally couldn't afford a sauna, or was just so bogged down by I didn't know what type to get. Every sauna company that I would call would tell me that their sauna was the best. They try to pressure me into buying today, and it was like, buy before the sale ends next week and all this other shit. And I was just fed up with it, and it drove me nuts. Nuts enough to use my blogging skills and YouTube skills to review saunas and help other people with this. Maybe make a little side money too, if I can. By the way, if I didn't mention it, all the companies that I work with or that I promote, they do track referrals. So please tell them that Matt Justice sent you. That'll help me get referral credit, or at least build a better relationship with the companies. And what I'd like to do is take those referral credits and get more saunas to test, because I spend so much money on saunas. It would be great if I could have enough clout to where they would just call me up and say, hey, what do you want? And I get them for free. The next thing that I'm gonna order, this is a 2-person. Now, one of the best things about this sauna is it's the lowest of the ultra low EMF on the market. It's very easy to put together, it's well made, and it'll work for just about everybody. And it's got all the creature comforts that you'll want. The other thing is, this is a good sized 2-person model that'll work on a 15 amp house circuit, so you don't have to hire an electrician to come in and put in a 20 amp line or a 220 line or anything like that. It'll work on any standard 15 amp circuit. I've got it plugged into just a regular outlet in my home. No additional circuitry needed, no upgraded circuit breaker, no electrician to do a line drop or anything like that. So very, very, versatile. Price isn't too bad. It's in the $4,000 range. It depends, I don't know. I can't keep up with all the companies' pricing, whether or not they have a sale, this and that and the other. But it's between $4,000 and $5,000, I believe. Again, my coupon code will be in the YouTube description. Please use it. It will save you $500. I'm trying to think what else. What else would you guys want to know? I just think that this sauna is an incredible package. It checks a lot of boxes. But what I was going to tell you is, what I'm really interested in is the corner sauna. So that's what I'll be ordering next. This is a 2-person. It's great. It's excellent. It's got the window in the front. If you don't like being in small spaces, it feels very open. Complete glass door, floor to ceiling, no obstructions, really nice handle. Build quality feels good, looks elegant. It's got a nice curved valance with some under valance lighting in the front, so if you happen to put this in a master bedroom or a master bath, it will look really good. Fit and finish is excellent. I think I've already said it's the easiest sauna that I've ever put together, and I've put together a lot of saunas. If you haven't seen my other infrared sauna reviews, please go to cleverleverage.com and just look for infrared sauna reviews, or just Google infrared sauna reviews and you'll see me. If you Google infrared sauna / Matt Justice or Clever Leverage, it'll pull up all the stuff. What I'm getting at is, I've tested a lot of saunas, I think over 12 brands now, and so you can go back and see my old reviews from a year and a half ago, or 8 months ago, or even 6 months ago, 3 months ago, because they were all done in stages, right? And you might not see this video whenever I produced it. It might be years from now, who knows? But what I'd like everybody to know is that I didn't just pull this sauna out of a hat. I've tested sauna after sauna after sauna, and I had to dig and dig and dig and deal with all those companies, that would tell me, oh, our sauna's the best, and you've got to have full spectrum, and oh no, don't use far infrared, use near infrared so that it gives you a complete detox, and oh no, near infrared's all bad, that company was lying to you. We've got 0% financing and Visa or MasterCard, how do you want to pay for it? Oh, it's not expensive, it'll change your life, and just try to push until a person breaks and they're just either like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it, or oh my god, I can't take this anymore, I'm not buying anything, I'm putting all this on hold until I come across some information. And then you've got crazy people out there that make videos on their computer about how bad saunas are without actually testing the saunas, and then they want you to join their sauna Facebook group or niacin detox group or whatever the hell it's called, and then all they do is talk about how there's only one sauna on the planet that could be good for anybody, and they promote all this stuff and blah blah blah. I couldn't take that either. I was a customer. That's what made me start reviewing infrared saunas, actually, is that sliminess feeling, that it was just push into trying to get me to buy something. And I was like, my BS detector was going off. I'm like, well, wait a minute, something is wrong here. There's a reason that, Costco is across the street from Sam's, and that Lowe's exists when Home Depot, dominates a certain segment of the market. If anyone tells you that there's only one way to do something and there's only one solution to a problem, or there's only one brand of product that could ever be any good, usually they're full of it. You know what I mean? Like, there's always options. And the mistake that I made when I first got into saunas is I thought that there was only going to be one. And I was just digging and finding it. And I think I found it. But I have backed down a little bit and come to realize that not everybody, not all of us need the same thing. One person is on a tight budget, or one person is on super tight space constraints and they're in a small apartment like I started the blog in. I started the blog in a 500 square foot apartment with a 100 square foot office attached. I couldn't buy a sauna because there was nowhere to put it. So I was paying to use a sauna, at a float tank place here in Orlando, Florida, and I would go there. I think it was a Sunlight and sauna, actually. And those were my first experiences with saunas. I was going and paying. But the trouble was, number one, I was driving 20 minutes across town. So it was 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, plus my hour. So it was like 2-hour sauna session. So I was making all these excuses on why I couldn't go to my sessions. I would make these appointments, and it wasn't like you had to pay if you didn't go. But still, it was like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need this. I should be doing it all the time. But, I can't get a home sauna because I don't have any place to put it, or, now I've got a place to put it, I moved to a bigger place, or I made space in a room, or this, that, and the other, or I saved the money. But then it was so damn confusing, I didn't want to buy anything because I didn't want to buy the wrong thing and get taken for a ride and blah, blah, blah. It's just ridiculous. And so I would go and pay to use the sauna at the place, but then I would never go because it wasn't convenient. What I really needed was a sauna at my house so that I would do the sessions, so that I could do the detox. And maybe it wouldn't have taken so long to get my metal levels down and start detoxing all that stuff. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason. I'm happy that it did, because if it wasn't that frustrating for me, or if those people or that guy here and this company there didn't piss me off enough to really kind of grind my gears, I would have never had the energy or the motivation or anything to do videos like this, or to review saunas, or even talk about them on my blog at all. Because if you know anything about my blog, cleverleverage.com, it was never intended to be a health blog. I was a web designer who was happy, who was unhappy climbing the so-called corporate ladder or whatever. I wasn't building the lifestyle independent business that I wanted. And so the idea of Clever Leverage was never to be about health stuff or saunas or anything like that. Never in a million years. I would have picked a different name if that was the case. But I started the blog, and then a year in, my health went to shit. My health was crippled. Anxiety, brain fog, chronic fatigue. I would sleep for 10, 11 hours, and I would wake up at 7, and by 9:30, I feel like I got hit by a truck, and I would just have to sleep. And I was having all these troubles, crazy anxiety. I was having panic attacks. I couldn't even go into a Publix at one point. It was ridiculous. I had to force myself. And then, I thought I was going nuts. And here I am. I find a little corner on an aisle somewhere, and my heart is just absolutely racing. And I'm like, I'm not going crazy. Like, something is truly off. Something is wrong here with me. And this was a long road. And along this road, I would come across saunas. And I would find myself in the office of a functional medicine doctor. And I was sitting in the chair, and she's like, man, you're toxic. You need a sauna like yesterday. I don't care what you have to do to get in one. Go pay to use one. Go buy one. Go build one. It doesn't matter. You need to be sweating. You need to get this stuff out of you, or else these other protocols that we're doing, aren't going to work, or it's going to take years, and you're not going to get your health back. So that's how I got into this position. Just a little backstory. I didn't intend on doing this in this video, but you know what? A lot of people don't know the full story, and you have to watch and search and do all kinds of things to get it. And a lot of people don't understand how I could be motivated to do something like review saunas or put out this information or whatever. And the truth is, it was such a pain point for me and the companies and the people in the industry and all the nonsense about being low EMF. I mean, I bought low EMF saunas from Amazon, Costco, even from sauna companies that assured me it was low EMF. You get the dang thing, you start testing it with all the meters. Next thing you know, you've got crazy 20, 40, 50 milligauss magnetic fields right at your shoulder. Study after study after study has shown the harmful benefits of magnetic fields. And it's like, how are these people getting away with the lies? Then I'd realize that until the FTC steps in and regulates this industry, the sauna industry will always be filled with lies. Year after year, it's just getting harder and harder and harder. And that's why eventually, I do this in my spare time, they're certifiedsaunas.com. The website's not done, but hopefully by the time you see this video, it will be. And the whole point of this website is to feature saunas that are safe. Randy Gom, the creator or the owner of Radiant Health Saunas, the sauna that I'm sitting in right now, he's committed to the cause. He's an ex-firefighter. He cares about low electric fields. He doesn't just care about low magnetic fields. He cares that the sauna has low body voltage. He cares that there's no RF radiation in there for EHS sensitive people. He cares that the sauna has a complete VOC test and it's not a fake one where you just take, a piece of a wood out of the sauna and send it to a lab like a lot of the other companies do with the heaters, and just generate this clean VOC report, yet you've got, toxins in the roof or in the floor or in this material, and they don't test the complete sauna. Just like with the EMF stuff, no company is testing the complete sauna. They're outsourcing it to these third-party companies and, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, the whole point of certified saunas and my doing the reviews is, number one, I'm a user of these products first, right? I am committed to the cause because I had such trouble with my health and saunas was a way out for me, or it was one of the things that was really going to help me, and it did. And it still does. This is one of the things that people don't understand is that the world has pollution in the air, the water, everything. And so for the next few decades, one of the ways that people can use infrared saunas to their benefit is they will have a tool in their house that can allow their body to detox things through the skin in a gentle way so that you don't tax the organs. And so they don't have to process as much stuff. And so that you can dislodge things and circulate things and detox the lymphatic system. You do some rebounding, you combine that with sauna use, some light cardio, some walking, some jumping, whatever it is for you. You can have profound benefits. And so we don't know what the future holds, but this is a great tool to have in the arsenal to maintain good health or recover from disease or just help us with longevity in the world that we live in. And so, I don't know where I was going with all this, but hopefully you understand where I'm coming from, why I do this, how I stumbled into this sauna after a year or a year and some months, year and a half of searching for saunas, buying saunas. And again, this is not a sponsored video. There's no amount of money in the world that you could pay me to get me to do this stuff, receive pallet shipments, destroy my house with sawdust and sauna after sauna and cut them open and make modifications to them, test them, buy thousands of dollars of EMF meters that cost more than the saunas themselves, camera gear, and just on and on. So this is something that I would be doing for myself because I believe that it is a critical component on the road to keeping good health. And it was a critical component for me getting back there. I'm not all the way there, but I'm pretty damn good compared to the way I was. And so, I want to be in the best equipment that I can possibly be. If that means, next year or, because people were upset that I changed sauna recommendations, a year later after I had found stuff that was better than the Amazon and Costco. But this is this is a constant seeking. If there's something on the market that will help me or help you guys or help us, we're all on our own path, but we're all on a similar path. You don't come across this stuff unless you're really looking for it. It's not something they have sitting outside of 7-Eleven. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody I didn't even know what an infrared sauna was until I found myself in the chair of the functional medicine doctor's office, and she's looking at my labs and my blood work and all my thyroid stuff and all my hair mineral analysis and just everything. And she's like, man, I really think that you are toxic. You grew up at your grandmother's plant nursery. You were around fertilizers and pesticides, and you used to work for the landscaping company when you were a kid. And you used to put out Roundup on the lawn and, for a job professionally. So I'd have a backpack sprayer with Roundup. And those things, that there's no way to spray Roundup all day like that and not get some on you. It just happens. And then for 22 years, I had mercury amalgam fillings. I had the silver fillings on both sides. And you know, it's just thing after thing. And saunas can just help us so much with all that stuff. And you know, I really think it's one of the ways forward for a lot of people. It has been for me, so take that for what you will. Anyway, I don't remember what the beginning of this video was about, other than this is one of the lowest EMF of all ultra low EMF saunas on the market, if not the lowest EMF far infrared sauna in the world, and I would highly recommend it. Radiant Health will take good care of you. Please, please, please make sure that if you're going to buy a Radiant sauna, find one of my videos, find a blog post, go to the YouTube description, go to the blog page, look for the link to the actual website, click on that link and only buy from there. Use my coupon code MattJustice-500, save you $500 off. I'll get referral credit. They track that stuff. Please tell them that I sent you. But what I'm really saying is, the good Radiant Health saunas, the real one, not the knockoff, it's only sold on the company website. If you saw my review from last year, Radiant Saunas, the worst sauna that I've ever tested, that is not this sauna. That's a knockoff sauna made by a company in China called Blue Wave. They've got a gazillion different products. They sell them on Amazon. They sell them on Walmart.com. They're cheap. They have formaldehyde adhesives in there. They've got 120 milligauss magnetic fields in them right at your neck. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Junk. Fit for a bonfire. Terrible. Please pay attention to where these saunas are, where you're able to purchase them from. You cannot buy a Radiant Health sauna, the one that I'm in right now that tests so low. They are not sold on Amazon. They're not sold at Walmart. They're not sold anywhere except direct from the manufacturer. So do yourself a favor. Do not buy them from anywhere but there. If you are going to buy something from somewhere else, go watch my other video, Radiant Sauna Review, the worst sauna that I've ever tested. Don't buy one of those. Don't put your kids in that sauna. Don't put yourself in that sauna. That is not a sauna that I would touch with a 10-foot pole. The first time you fire it up, it smells like someone is heating up glue. There's plywood in it. It's just not a good situation. So anyway, I'll leave all the links and everything that you need in the YouTube description down below. If you have any questions, put them on the blog post for the Radiant Health Sauna Review, or just comment on the YouTube video, and I'll see you in the next video. Really hope this was helpful for you guys. I know I was all over the place, but I tried to put a lot into it, so have a great day.